up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid
I'm
hot.
fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm. Because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
It is a Friday show. What up, though, people? Welcome to Wake Up Woodward. Appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off your day, your football weekend with the WUW Crew. It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. That right there, it is our credential Tigers and our Lions reporter and and our Lions reporter and writer for the network.
Hey.
And he does so much more. I was trying to get there, and you know what? It's a lot, and that's what you do for the network.
I just got to let the hands just go this morning, sitting at this desk. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm so excited for this Friday show, boys and girls in the chat. Thank you all for being here. I see you, Jan, Kyle Stark, these Shaquille Goatmeal, QT, Ryan's Reaction, Anakin, some OGs, Mike G in here.
Mike G.
Shout out to Mike G.
You said Mike G's in there?
Mike Jeezy is in there. Akon and Mike Jeezy.
Hey, Mike G, shout out to you. I don't care. Listen, I wore it loud and proud during the national championship run. I don't care how they finish this year. All my kids were born there.
I
do.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you.
I'm still locked in, man.
Yeah.
I'm still fired up always for Michigan football. They gave us something that a lot of people thought would never happen last year. And you know what? I'm in the trenches, so gotta wear it proud. Go blue.
That's what's up.
Let's rock. I'm serious, bro. All
100%.
my kids there were born there. My siblings were born there. My mom was on the way. I was supposed to be born there because my dad was in college. But on the way from visiting family, she wound up having to stop at St. Mary's in Livonia. I was born.
Come on.
And then straight over to U of M.
Directly transported.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Literally. It was pretty dope.
I love that.
Been around U of M for a while, family, friends, been within some of the education, took classes there and things like that. I love Michigan.
It's a great
love
place.
Ann Arbor. I love the area. Isn't it?
It is. It's just a wonderful place.
Right, JB?
Nah, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Oh, man. And there's another football event happening this week, but let's introduce the cast.
Yeah, let's introduce them.
Hey, let's rock. Shout out to KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick, and that dude Justin, and Flannel Sam. Can't wait to get you guys back on the show. Miss and love you guys, man. But have a day. I know Flannel Sam will be on Big D Energy today, so tap in with all of Woodward Sports. Intern Chase.
Hey, what's
Just
up?
like that dude Justin, man. You talk about some dogs, man. We're 2 for 2 right now with our interns.
Facts.
Absolutely. That dude Justin shed that label quickly. I think Intern Chase, you're on that same path.
Hey, sounds good to me, man. I'm looking forward to it. How's it going, everybody?
They got that lettuce too. Both of them, like hockey players. They got the lettuce. They got the lettuce. We need. I mean, my hair's kind of short right now, but
I played one season of beer league up in Mount Pleasant. I'm a horrible skater, but
there we go.
Brad Holmes, shout out to you, my guy. Thank you for everything you've done. Okay. Cap back on. Now all is right. Now all is right in the world again. Yesterday, people were freaking out in the chat over a capless Kool-Aid. I saw Intern Chase. I saw you. He said, Kool-Aid with no cap. It's just Capri Sun.
No, I kind of liked it though. I liked it. You got to mix it up a little bit.
I do. I want to mix it up every now and then, man. Hey, be a little bit original.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Hey, sometimes it's just so easy to wear a hat.
It is.
And
then wear it proudly too, man. Like I love that. I got it right here on my chest. Home is where the heart is with the Old English D.
Let's go. I know you don't have to worry about having a bad hair day when you wake up, but some of us, you get out of the shower, it's 6 a.m. I'm like, man, do I comb my hair or just throw a hat on? We're going to go talk sports. I'm like, all right, we'll throw a hat on. And then it's Monday through Friday. And I've worn a hat every single day, but that's the way it is.
And I love it too.
Yeah, let's
I
go.
love it, man. I love it. And you know what? It's not the least, but we had to save the best for last. That is Woodward Sports' MVP, and it's a Friday show.
Skirt.
In the titty booth. JB Smooth. What up, though, brother?
Hey. What's going on once again? Shout out to Mike G as well too, man. Hooked us up with some Michigan tickets over the weekend that myself and KG will be going to. So shout out to him once again. Also yesterday, that Thursday night football game was so disappointing. I'm so upset with Miami right now. And shout out to Tua. I'm praying for you, dude. Hopefully you're all right.
Yes, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
Tell the people what we are going to talk about.
We're going to get into the Tigers first, just in this opening segment. We have to. We're going soup to nuts football today, but we got to talk about the Tigers.
That was a baseball, 150 miles an hour to the nuts.
It hurt. Yeah, like the reliever on Wednesday, the Rockies reliever getting the comebacker. That's what it felt like.
Social media, you know what? It sucks that happened last night, but Detroit Tiger fans are back. They are plugged in, dog. It was amazing to see their emotional waves across social media last night.
Also, the pessimists who've been hiding in the closet for the last month and a half, they're back too.
They're back. Yeah.
All you need is one bad game for everyone to give up on this team again. It's as if Jared Goff throws an interception and easy, and the bandwagon of haters are right back on the train.
Oh boy.
That's what it felt like on Twitter last night with the Tigers, but you got to win that game. You do. Like, hey, whatever. Got to call them out. You don't get to hate for 2.5 years, and then as soon as a quarterback, you know the team is Super Bowl bound, then you jump on the bandwagon. It was hate. Let's not weasel around that. The Goff haters, yeah. It's the ones who invented the word Goff gobblers, Goff slappies. Those are actually the haters. We're throwing names out. They're the freaking haters. Jared Goff is my quarterback. Oh, your quarterback too. Lions fans, Super Bowl contenders. That's Jared Goff. Were we talking about the Tigers?
Bro,
yeah, how did we get here? Wait.
Dog.
Sorry about it.
Like, how did we get here? Weren't we talking about the Tigers?
Dog, it's like it's right there. It's like some type of spice comes over him, and it's just spicy broder time.
It's my one day on the desk. Be ready, boys. Be ready.
Woo!
But you have to win that game yesterday. You have the best pitcher in baseball on the mound going against probably the second worst team in baseball. Would be the worst most years, if not for the Chicago White Sox. Yeah. You got to win that game. They even had a lead. It wasn't Tarik Skubal's best game pitched ever, but it wasn't a bad game.
He should be able to depend on his team maybe once or twice in an entire season, right?
Yes, and they have given him some run support sometimes, but nothing's as more important as that game last night. It's not over. They're still in the race, but that's a big one to lose. You just got to now go take an extra game from the Orioles that maybe you weren't planning on or didn't need as bad. An extra game from the Royals, from the Rays. Then you have to take care of the White Sox. But instead of going 4-2 against the Orioles, you got to go 5-1. You got to. You got to. The road is still there to the wild card, but you can't have another game like that. Like, if they play the White Sox, you got to sweep. One moment that stands out to me that I just got to put on wax since I'm here on the desk. Bottom 7, our guy Spencer Torkelson. Polarizing year. He comes up to the plate. First batter, bottom of the 7th, draws an 8-pitch walk. 8-pitch walk. Very next batter. So, runner on first, nobody out. 2-2 game. What do you think I think Zach McKinstry should be doing? Bunt.
Anybody else about to say?
Bunt.
Bunting.
Bunt.
Maybe we should have had a giveaway, but
Bunt.
everybody would have gotten that one.
Bunt. He didn't even attempt. And maybe it's because a couple weeks ago he attempted to bunt. Was it at the Little League Classic maybe? And it looked kind of silly bunting. So he might not be able to bunt, but you got to bunt there. He strikes out swinging in 5 pitches. So 8-pitch walk drawn by Torque. 2-2 game, bottom 7. 5-pitch strikeout. Trey Sweeney comes up, swings at the first pitch, double play ball, inning over. Let's go to the 8th.
Let's go.
Moments like that, you gotta scrape across one more run. You got to. They lost. They lost a game in the standings because the Twins didn't play last night. Again, still not out of it. Tough one to lose yesterday, Kool-Aid. Tough one to lose.
That's a tough one. It was, man. But you know why it was tough?
Why?
Because there are stakes that matter, and it's not about just this year. Because a lot of people said, hey, does it matter if they make the playoffs before the trade deadline? But this is the same squad that we're seeing. And we even pontificated, hey, some guys have to just be gone. They got to get rid of Javi Baez. They got to make decisions on players like player X, player Y, player Z, Torque. They got to make decisions so that as we move forward, we know that any success that we're seeing, any hot streaks that we're seeing right now, that it is safe to invest and buy into. The one thing that I have been annoyed with, at least with the Pistons, is to know I knew that you could go out there and get a team that could scratch at the door of the 8th seed every single year, and they finished 8th, 9th, 10th, made the playoffs a couple times, and I knew this is not sustainable. It was trash. And I felt bad because there's a whole generation of Pistons fans out there who Blake Griffin was all they had to cheer for. So who am I to go and crap on their only, like, real playoff game with a player that mattered? But I knew that there was no sustainability there. I would rather see, I don't want to see the Detroit Tigers miss the playoffs. I want to see them make it. But I am so much more bought in and invested and happy and emotionally there with the Detroit Tigers, how this season is going, and know what that future is looking like. Like, they got a grasp on what they're doing, whether Chris Ilitch decides to open up the pocketbook or not. Like, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
With the Pistons, it was just like, I don't know what they're doing, even though they were in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
You see the future being built. You see optimism. And it's not going to be with all the guys who we're watching right now. This is a really fun, young team. A lot of guys you can picture being on this Tiger team to start 2025 or even beyond. But they're not all going to be there. That's just the sad truth. They are all young. They're being evaluated really closely right now to see which ones are worth keeping and developing as part of this core to come along with the guys coming up the ranks like the Jackson Jobs, the Max Clark, the McGonicals, the Rayners. We think Trey Sweeney is the bridge to Bryce Rayner or the bridge to whoever their everyday major league shortstop is. He's getting a chance to play, and he has an opportunity to change that narrative, to maybe earn that spot, to earn that starting everyday role. Not necessarily that he's going to be a superstar shortstop at the major league level, but maybe it's the shortstop position that you're not doling out one of your money as one of your top guys. You then spread that around to be able to pay a Riley Green, a Tarik Skubal, just to be able to pay a free agent. Maybe Trey Sweeney, maybe Bryce Rayner continues to develop and becomes, a great prospect. You got two guys that you're able to trade one of them. You're able to make decisions because you're building up not just your minor league system in single A and double A, which is where a lot of the high-end talent is now, but now it's the MLB, and those guys now come into triple A. We're weeding out the Alavila guys. Not that they're all bad players. He drafted some really good players, but maybe they're not developed correctly or developed in a way that Scott Harris wants at the major league level.
Timing, maybe the windows just aren't aligning with where the Detroit Tigers are right now.
Exactly. And that's a tricky question. That's the big question around Tarik Skubal and when they decide to throw an extension in front of him, decide to, make him a long-term offer, ideally before he hits free agency, which is very difficult with his agent, Scott Boras. But nonetheless, these are the decisions in the timelines that they need to make. Right now, they're chasing a wild card, though.
Scott Boras, has this relationship with the Tigers, was that more Dave Dombrowski, or was that more he has a good relationship with the Tigers?
Scott Boras?
Yeah.
He has a relationship with every team. He's the top agent. He's got a lot of the top players. So he's just a shrewd agent that wants to take all his players to free agency.
And when you're ready to spend the money, as soon as Mr. I was ready, he was like, oh, yeah, I can accommodate.
Yes. Okay. Yes. He wants big contracts. And right now, Tarik Skubal, he doesn't have Juan. I don't believe Juan Soto is his agent. I don't believe any of the top guys are his. Tarik Skubal is his unicorn right now.
I got a question for you then. Then how important is the success that we're seeing the Tigers have right now to them making a decision about Tarik Skubal, actually paying him? Because if this team, team, like I was saying, with the Pistons, why would you pay anybody? Why would you re-up Andre Drummond? What did they do with Drummond? They said, bro, we are not going anywhere. After that playoff series, Blake Griffin and Drummond were gone, right? But if you believe that you're going somewhere, doesn't Tarik Skubal have to be somebody that you lock in? He's that guy. If you're going to pay anybody anything, he's that guy to me. So that's why I'm so happy. Like I told people, I want to see them make the playoffs. But to know that this team has continued to say, nah, skip that. Maybe they know the implications. Like I keep telling you, Skubal doesn't seem like a guy that wants to leave here. So it's awesome to see this team pull together and really, really fight, stave off having those wheels fall off the bus, man. And maybe they give themselves an opportunity to see a path where paying Tarik Skubal, because of the success they're having right now, makes perfect sense.
Yes. Let's have that conversation another day in much more long form. But in a nutshell, you're right. Because Major League Baseball is a salary capitalist sport, there's no excuse. There are strategies that we could talk about to say ownership isn't going to spend this. The timeline and all this matches up. At the end of the day, there's no salary cap, so they have every ability to throw a $400 million contract in front of him this afternoon. They could do that. In fact, they should. They're not going to. There's more strategy involved. But he is that dude. And if you're going to invest in a pitcher long term, which has its own question marks, by the way. I'm a pitcher, but I would be cautious giving any pitcher more than 6-7 years, just with the uncertainty of injuries.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to hear you talk a lot more about it.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Point with this stuff, man.
We got to talk
season.
Lions. We got to talk Lions versus Bucks in this next segment. To open, though, we got to talk about this game last night because something happened. Something happened that we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Bills versus Dolphins. Cooley, tell them about Premier Pet Supply. Come on back. We'll talk football.
Give your pet the best at Premier Pet Supply. Is hands down Michigan's best pet store. They're offering you the same conveniences and all the conveniences of the online big box retailers. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers with one major difference. They've been family and locally owned for over 30 plus years. They carry over 60 brands of food and they have nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Visit them online as well. PremierPetSupply.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Want to know where the best pregame Lions party will be on September 15th? Join us, Woodward Sports, Detroit, at Detroit's very own Second Best Bar, located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show. Only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
And what happens when you're in a great business for over 50 years? You expand, you offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did when they added Les Stanford Buick GMC. Go check them out. They're on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. You can always check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today or head to lesstanford.com. That's Les Stanford Chevrolet together. Let's drive.
Let's drive. What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. And we appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off your day with the WUW Crew.
Woo.
As always, you guys are the most important part of this entire thing. So go ahead and smash that like button. Let's zoom on through that like goal and keep the good vibes going, especially through the weekend, man. We got Detroit Lions. It's Friday. This is the last show before the Detroit Lions game. So I'm already in pep rally mode. I'm hoping you guys are too. Got to get hyped.
We got to.
Got to.
We got to.
Like I always tell y'all, do I got to get y'all hyped? Do y'all got to wait till the game to get hyped? It starts now.
It starts now.
Starts now. And I know we got to talk about the NFL real quickly before we get into the Detroit Lions. Tua, my guy. Sheesh. That I don't even know what to say anymore at this point in time. I think everybody's minds are kind of in the same place of maybe it's time to rethink the NFL career Tua. You know, I'm glad that you teed this up on the docket, Broder, because it absolutely blew up. Like, even Hamlin, it wasn't even if it was like a bad hit. The way that my man just kind of lunged into him, I don't know why he didn't slide. So just understanding his own injury history, and then
just to set the stage real quick, because I want you to keep going. But last night, Bills versus Dolphins, was it third quarter?
Yeah,
early third quarter. Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, who's had in the last 3 years has had a concussion history. I believe 5 concussions in the last few years, mostly in 2022. I think there were 4 of them.
Yep.
He decides to scramble. He scrambled for a first down, a great run.
Just fine.
And then instead of sliding feet first, he dove forward and took a hit from, I won't even use the word ironically, from Damar Hamlin.
Yep.
Totally unintentional or not a dirty hit by any means, but he went head first. Tua was clearly, is he officially concussed? He was clearly
you could.
He was out of it for a minute.
The players on the field were instantly pointing on both sides. Of both teams were instantly pointing to him. They knew what the deal was instantly, man.
Yeah.
You saw all of the players after the game make sure to give their well wishes, including Hamlin as well. And he didn't even really tackle him. Like I told y'all during the break, it looked almost like he was almost like doing a shrug, more even than trying to tackle the guy.
Yeah.
And that's what was just mind-boggling is like knowing your injury history and the concerns there with your game. Why are you going head first like you're trying to truck somebody? I just don't understand it, and it's unfortunate because you don't want to see an individual get hurt the way that he did.
It's hard. We saw it with Hendon Hooker, a young quarterback in the preseason. As a competitor, whether you're a quarterback or a wide receiver, running back, or a linebacker, as a competitor, you want to be the one to deliver the blow. That's what you're taught. That's what you're taught as kids learning football. It hurts getting tackled. It hurts way less, or it hurts way more, being the one tackling someone who is coming at you. You want to lay the blow. You want to be the one to deliver that pain. But as a quarterback, as the biggest investment, financial investment on an NFL team, the most important position on a team, you have to protect your body. You have to make sure that your body is an investment from head to toes. It gets even more confusing, difficult when you're dealing with head injuries, which are the most significant injury topic in the NFL of this decade.
Shined bright on it.
Exactly, and he's one with concussion history. And concussions, the history of concussions lead to worse concussions, lead to the possibility of worse things as you grow up and get older. So for Tua, he's at a very where his career and his life are right now are at a crossroads. He has a decision to make. I don't know what all the contract guaranteed ramifications are. He just signed a monster deal. So part of me is like, Tua, you are now set for life, man. Retire. I'm not even going to tell you to quit. I don't want it to tell a competitor to quit because it's not quitting. You got to make a life decision. Retire. You got to think about your family. And that's what you got your money. We all want to see Tua be successful and be out there and play.
And your team is not going to question.
No.
They're not going to question.
You got to call it a day, Tua. My opinion, you got to retire.
I'd have to double check, but do you guys know offhand, is there the medical bereavement in the NFL, the way Prince Fielder, he had to medically retire, but he still was able to receive all the money he's getting from his contract?
Sure. I'm sure there's something in place. I'm not 100% sure.
Probably just maybe at least the fully guaranteed money. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's something along those lines. The NFL has to have something to where it's all right, you don't get your full contract that you signed, but you at least get half or 70% of it, something like that. But I agree with you guys. Kool-Aid, to your point, I think the reason for him trying to dive a little bit head first is because the pressure that he was under as a quarterback and also seeing the score, because they were down 3 touchdowns by that third quarter. So obviously he's trying to get in scoring goal position, and he's just trying to do everything that he can to kind of set his team up for a little bit more success later on, because he did have 3 picks as well too in that first half. So a lot of things weren't working well for the Dolphins right then and there. But at the same time, Tua, you have to know your body and your history of everything that's happened to you. You need to slide. Don't sit here and try to take any hits as much as you can, which I'm pretty sure that's what called for 3 of these interceptions as well too, just because he was getting pressure from the side from Von Miller as well too. So obviously he didn't want to take a sack, and he knew the risk injuries as well too. But at the same time, you have to protect yourself and slide. I think this might be the last ride for Tua, if anything.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I hate telling anyone to stop playing a sport that they love, but I think this is such a unique situation. You got to look out for things. Life is bigger than sports. It's hard to believe as an athlete, but it is. And Any other last comments? Otherwise, we got to get into the Lions. It's time.
Let's get into the Lions.
It's time.
I think there was some definitely some good comments and commentary here. I saw the chat as well was very, very active too. But it's time to get into the Lions. This was one of my favorite plays from last season. Dog, like Jahmyr Gibbs. You could have just had the touchdown, but he said, nah. We're going to spice this thing up a little bit. Just like my man Brody here on a Friday on the desk. Let's get into the Lions. Week 2, Lions versus Bucks. Woo! Man, just handle business, Detroit Lions.
I'm kind of cocky right now.
What up, dog?
I think the Lions, I think this is a weekend. Bucks are a very good team.
You about to get me fired up?
I think so, Kool-Aid. Bucks are a very good team. In fact, I put them in my top 10. But I think the matchup for the Lions, the matchup for the Bucks is a bad one this week. I think the Lions are going to have a big day. I do. And to me, this is the question I'm going to start with. It starts with the offense, Kool-Aid.
Yep.
How likely, guys, is it for Ben Johnson's offense to explode in week 2? Not just get back in rhythm, because they were a little rusty. They were a little clunky in week 1 against the Rams. Could they explode in week 2? Explode.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially when you think about the fact, and I heard Easy talking about it too, that Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be, quote, unquote, a madman. Let that guy get a catch. He's going to be an absolute monster. And I don't know, man. I just don't see how the Bucs defense, how their secondary, has the necessary personnel to scheme the way that Sean McVay was able to scheme. I just don't see it, man. I just don't. And you're talking about the different playmakers all over the field, man. I'm ready to hear Sam Laporta's name. I'm ready to hear Amon-Ra St. Brown's name. But I don't believe, I'm going to be bullish here. I do not believe that means that we're not going to hear J-Mo and Jahmyr Gibbs' name as well in the receiving game. Ben Johnson, we all know, is a wizard. And to a large degree, I believe that they were a little bit vanilla. And I also believe that they wanted to make sure they got players reps. They didn't really play the preseason. So people are like, why are they going away from David Montgomery? Because guys got to get reps. Guys got to get hit. They got to get used to what game speed is, especially going into a game with the Bucs. So it's like, you know what? The fact that they were kind of able to go through last week the way they were, I think this week, you kind of open up the playbook a little bit more and let your playmakers absolutely do work, especially since, you know, J-Mo acquitted himself, right? So what is the Bucs defense thinking this week? Like, what are you doing with your game plan? You were probably teeing up with Sean McVay was teeing up, and now you're sitting here like, oh, crap. J-Mo went off 120 receiving yards. What are we doing now?
What they need to do after the game.
Get blown out?
Yeah. What they need to do after the game is go and smoke some weed. They do, because it's going to be one of those games.
Look, they're in the city.
Seriously. There's dispensaries all over the place. It's
I know Florida's tough down there, man. We're in Michigan now.
However, there is one dispensary that they need to go to, which I'm going to tell you about right now.
Can I get a discount too?
Yeah, you can. You can actually get $10 free in store. Yeah, just for $25 a purchase, you get $10 free. How about that? So that's $35 total, if my math is correct. 35, maybe about the number of points that the Lions put up on the Bucs. Possibly. No, but how would you like $10 of free product from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code and bring it into any Dispo location. You'll get those $10 free with the purchase of $25 or more. So visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. They are your local cannabis plug.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, no matter where you are, no matter what your budget is, there's a Planet Fitness close by and it can help you reach your fitness goals. Whether it's bulking up, whether it's losing weight, maybe you just want to get into a rhythm, get into the gym before work each day. Head to Planet Fitness. Your fitness is essential there, and it's a judgment-free zone. So really, whether it's buys for the guys, curls for the girls, whatever your goals are, head to Planet Fitness. If you want all the amenities, like bringing a free guest with you anywhere in the country, hydro massage beds, tanning salons, upgrade to the Planet Fitness Black Card. $24.99 a month for the Black Card, less than $15 a month for the regular old membership that comes with free fitness training. I belong to Planet Fitness, and I think you guys should too. Planet Fitness, man, where your fitness is essential.
Essential. What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. Thank you guys for choosing to kick off today with the WUW Crew. You know what, man? I just feel like it's appropriate. We haven't done this all week. I wanted to wait for KG, but the like button has been looking at me from the corner like you haven't touched me in a long time.
From the
You
corner,
haven't
like Jerry
satisfied me
Falwell?
in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You catch that Jerry Falwell reference?
Jeez.
I think we gotta satisfy that like button. Chat family, can we do that today? Hey, let's go, let's go. Just satisfy that like button. Hey, we got Lions all weekend. What better to do than to hit the like button for this great content?
Hit it.
Let's rock. I can't wait till we get KG back
however
in.
you
though.
want. Pardon?
Fast forward the building.
I'm not muted?
Let's go. Hot Mike Broder is the vibe. That's the vibe.
We got Hot Mike and Hot Mike Broder. No, that didn't work very well.
Shout out
I've had better.
to that dude Justin, KG, Flannel Sam. We miss you guys on the show.
Name that movie. I've had better. He says it like that. He's a lawyer. We'll leave it at that. Crickets. No, throughout the show, put it in the chat. You know, I've had better.
You know what? Maybe we'll turn this into something if they get to a certain amount of likes.
You know who didn't realize he could have better?
Who?
Until he was surprised with the trade.
Carlton Davis.
Talk to me.
Carlton Davis.
Hey.
Carlton Davis. 6 years in Tampa.
Let's put that screen up. I want to see that
6 years in Tampa. And Carlton Davis finds out. He says kind of randomly, all of a sudden you're traded. Caught him off guard. But then he realized, I'm going to Detroit. I just played in an epic playoff game.
Yeah.
I lost, but I played in an epic playoff game at Ford Field. And I get to go there and have them cheer me on? You know, I was on the defense in Tampa, so Ford Field was quiet when I was out on the field. But now when I go out there, the crowd will erupt like they did against the Rams.
I see what you're doing. That's why I put Carlton Davis versus the old squeeze. And we've all been there. But we've been there on both sides of this thing. We're the one that got away, and it's like, okay, I'm happy with the new one, but she ain't quite the old one. This is one that's different where you know I'm flexing. When they come to town, it's like, oh, you're coming to my house?
My house?
Have you seen what I got right here? That's what this is about right now for Carlton Davis. Like, even hearing his press conferences during the summer, that guy is jacked up. And he was like, look, I've been a part of teams that have won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
This squad has the same exact makings of it, and he's excited to be here. So it's like, you know what? To see his old squad coming into town, I think he's just ready to absolutely work out, show them what they're missing, but more importantly, continue to get more and more of what that Detroit love is. Think about it. You saw Terran Arnold. He was lost in it. People thought he was like, hey, man, are you sure you shook up? He was like, hold on. No, this is my moment with my people, man.
I'm home.
Let's rock.
I'm home, he said.
I'm fired up, dog.
I'm home. And it just happens to be a perfect matchup. Not to say Mike Evans isn't a very, very good player, but that's the type of receiver that Carlton Davis locks up. Or at least that's what he specializes at. Some of those bigger body receivers. He thinks he's a lockdown corner. He's going to shut down half the side of the field. But with this being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his old team, you would think, you got to imagine, even if he doesn't admit to it, that there's some emotion behind it. You're playing your old team. There's a little extra on it. Just like for Jared Goff last year when the Rams were coming to town. But for Carlton Davis, I thought he gave some really, really great answers in his media availability. He talked in this clip we're about to play just about it being all business. He's a member of the Detroit Lions now. So yeah, it's going to be weird lining up against the Tampa Bay Bucks, but it's all business. Check out this clip.
Honestly, this isn't something that I'm circling. This isn't something that's like personal for me. It's more so business. I more so want to win this game for the 2024 Detroit Lions than I am trying to get payback or anything like that. I'm not bitter about anything that's going on. I'm happy I'm here, and I'm just moving forward and looking forward.
He's happy he's here. He's happy he's here. He's not bitter. Yep. He's not bitter. He knows he's chasing a Super Bowl. And you know what? I know he's a leader of this group. I didn't actually realize how quiet or outspoken he was. You can tell he's a little bit on the reserve side when he speaks, but
a little bit on the silent mic side.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nope. There's nothing wrong. Everyone leads in a different way, or everyone's personality is different. But
Kate Cunningham is similar.
Exactly. But when Aaron Glenn talked yesterday, and I'm remembering this. I heard it, but I'm remembering this from a tweet from Danny Rogers. Go check out Danny Rogers, the Lions' great reporter. She put out a tweet that AG confirmed or shared that Carlton Davis stepped up and gave the most elaborate, detailed, crisp, clear, best, wide receiver preview of that Bucs wide receiver room as anyone he's ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Carlton Davis, normally a quiet guy, he gave the best pregame preview of their wide receivers. To me, that might be little, but really it's big. Like that's a big moment. Those are championship actions.
Yeah.
He's a guy, he doesn't need to speak up and be loud every single day. That's not him. But what's unique about this matchup is he has that information from experience. He has knowledge, 6 years playing with those guys. And he's a Super Bowl champion. Yep. He knows what it takes to be a Super Bowl champion. Those are Super Bowl actions.
And I'm so glad that he's still motivated to go get another one. This is the NFL, where realistically careers are cut short. When you have a Super Bowl and you're known as one of the dogs of the league, realistically, you can just kind of stay where you're at, go off into the sunset. It don't even matter if that team fall off. Those types of football players are always revered. For him to say, I still have that chip, I still have that edge, it fits right in with here. The grind never stops. The work never stops. We don't ever want to get off of that gravy train. We want to be able to continue to push. And that, to me, is what makes Carlton Davis successful. As we are continuing to learn about some of these new players and identities that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell liked in these guys, wow, it's not just motivator. It's not just kind of, what he is in the locker room, but we also know this guy's going to bring it on the field. To know that we have a guy this year in Carlton Davis, rather than some of the cornerbacks that we had to rely on last year to go up against some of these premier wide receivers, I'm ready to see what goes down.
Yes.
Because I thought that secondary, though there's always going to be things to clean up. It was the first game of the season. I thought they put some good things on tape.
Yes.
I thought they tackled pretty well. I thought that Carlton Davis showed the ability to stick with his man and make some plays at the point of reception. So that, when you're talking about going up against a Mike Evans, let's rock. And you got that chip on your shoulder, too?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, Carlton Davis, too. He knows that there's stuff for this secondary to build on. But in this next clip, when he's talking about playing with his new teammates for the first time, listen to the whole thing, but watch his expression. Wait for when you see his first kind of smile or smirk, and tell me this doesn't change, or at least share a little you. Even if he's not saying it all, he's thinking something really good about the future of this secondary. Check this out.
Yeah, man, it was something to build off of for sure. And it was fun playing with those guys for the first time in live action, man. We got a lot of talent around us. I'm excited. So to get out there again this week in front of our home crowd is going to be really fun. And I'm excited to see what we all do and just capitalize on the plays that we could have made.
He goes. We got a lot to build on. Like
it's that confidence, bro.
There's a lot of talent on this secondary. There's dogs in this room. I can feel it. JB. The Bucs are committed to running. They
fired
got
up.
What, you fired up?
I'm so fired up. Let's play the game right now.
Let's do it. They got a good run game, but to me, their strength is Baker and his connections with Evans, with Godwin, with McMillan, Trey Palmer, with the wide receivers. How are you feeling about the secondary going into the game? Whether it's Carlton on Mike Evans, TA, Amik Robertson, just where does your mind go to with the secondary against the Bucs?
I mean, I'm pretty confident in the secondary, to be honest with you. I mean, Carlton Davis, although he isn't that huge outspoken person, probably in practice in any other aspect, but when Danny Rogers, shout out to Danny Rogers as well too, she came out and put out that tweet saying that, he was the most outspoken to all the secondary about this wide receiver group. Like, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to be focused on. It kind of gets you pumped up because he's been on that same side before. He's gone up against Mike Evans. He knows what he brings to the table. And at the same time, you still want to see Terrion Arnold get that experience out there because he is going to face bigger body wide receivers. Maybe he can learn a thing or two from Carlton Davis and actually, you know what? Hey, this is how you handle Mike Evans. This is how you handle a Mike Evans type. And he can actually go out there and see, from example, what to do next on the next play. So I got a lot of faith in this secondary. I know the Bucs are going to be fired up as well too. And, they're going to get their plays in here and there, but my confidence still relies with this Lions secondary.
Yeah, think of that veteran experience. And I'm not although I'm covering the Lions, I'm not historically a football guy. I don't know all the little intricacies of each position and the coaching points and whatnot, but you got to imagine the secondary because it's so reactionary, because you're playing some of the best athletes in the world. You have to cover them running backwards. There are so many things about that position that rely on experience. Having Carlton Davis in that locker room and practice, preparing for a game like this, exactly what JB just talked about.
Yep.
Helping coach up Terrion Arnold. Hey, you got a big wide receiver coming against you. Here's what he's going to try to do with his hands at the line of scrimmage to get that jump on. You're quicker than him, but a bigger wide receiver is going to do this or he's going to do that. Or you're facing a smaller receiver and you're the bigger one. They're going to try to use their speed in this way. He's going to cut that way, but really he wants to go the other way.
And you
Just
know
those
what?
little things that Terrion Arnold and the young guys at the line of scrimmage, it becomes second nature a few weeks in versus it being reactionary on the field for the first time.
Yep, and I'm going to set up the Krispy Kreme factory for Carlton Davis. I am. I'm gonna absolute glaze right now. You know why? Because this is a guy in the NFL where
that was good, by the way. That was good.
Listen.
Timeout. 20-second timeout. That was fire.
Listen, we understand sports, man. It's what attracts me to this, specifically the WUW Crew. People who have no egos. They could demand it. They could command it. And understand this. Helping Terrion Arnold doesn't necessarily help Carlton Davis in the marketplace. But he's here for the team. He doesn't really care about himself except for what he knows he goes out there and does on the field. Beyond that, you see this guy being a mentor. I don't think we're going to hear him making some of the comments that we heard some of our former secondary members make. I believe that Carlton Davis is a guy who is completely bought in. And the more and more that we hear this guy speak, the quiet confidence, that's why he doesn't have to worry about who may be ahead of him or behind him in the depth chart. He can just go out there and do what he knows he does because he knows he's going to bring it.
Yeah.
And I that's why I'm like, you know what? The more and more that Brad and Dan keep talking about the types of guys that they want to bring in here, we've heard this stuff for so long. We've heard the Lions don't bring in bad guys, and they sucked for a long time. Or they just didn't meet expectation. They didn't win the division. Now all of a sudden, they still got guys that we can look at and we can believe in, and we can say they're still good guys. But there's a completely different level of dog to the guys that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are going out there and getting. And Carlton Davis is just another one of the many examples, man. So definitely.
He's the type of professional, the type of man that I believe, if there was a warrant out for his arrest, he would turn himself in.
Just had to go there.
He would.
I think this is what it is.
All right, come on back next segment. We're going to go matchup by matchup. Let us know in the chat during break. Should we start with J-Mo versus Jamel Dean? Should we start Hutch and Davenport versus Tristan Wirfs and Goedeke? Should we go to the defensive side and go Rachaad White versus Brian Branch?
There's one name that just keeps popping up in the chat, and it's starting to really make me kind of just And he plays in the middle of the line for the Bucks.
Should we talk Frank Ragnow versus Vita Vea?
I think we have to.
Let's do it. We're going to go matchup by matchup in this next segment. After we're talking Lions, by the way, we're going around the NFL with JB's Bets, sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook, our brand new Caesars Sportsbook sponsorship. Then we got a fantasy football segment. We're going to talk sleepers. We're going to talk sits versus starts. We're going to use our teams while we're going to present them better next week when KG's back. We're going to use it to have a little fantasy football discussion while we just talk about teams around the NFL. But first, let me tell you about our game day lineup, our pregame shows. I happen to be a part of one of them, so I encourage you to wake up Sunday morning from 8 to 9. It's me and Terry Foster. We got Woodward and me. That's Terry Foster, the legendary sports media Terry Foster.
And the young GOAT Broder.
That's what they say.
The young legend.
That's what they say.
Let's go.
From 8 to 9 on Sunday, we'll be kicking things off.
The young handsome GOAT.
Getting you ready for this Lions versus Bucks matchups. We push the limits a little bit. It's not your average pregame show. We spice it up a little bit because we got to get ready for really the most elite pregame show in all the land. Definitely in all of Detroit sports. This is a pregame show with Sean Belizean and Neil Rule. It's down at Second Best Bar in Detroit. They have not only an epic time there, they put on an epic show. They talk about Michigan State Spartans a little too much, but when they're on the Lions topics, it's epic. Go check them out. We're starting here in studio 8 to 9. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, 10 to 12 at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Tap in on Sunday, everybody. We'll see you then.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Hey, you dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or family law issues? Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham, they'll have your back. They got 10+ years of experience, and their clients, they offer 24/7 availability. Call them, they'll pick up the phone. Scan this QR code and call them because they'll pick up the phone. 248-971-0476. Pick up the phone, baby. Say Woodward Sports set you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
Hey, and we're back. It's Wake Up Woodward. Thank you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the WUW Crew.
Woo.
Got Spicy Broder on the desk today, your credentialed Tigers and Lions reporter and writer for the network. And it's your boy Brandon Dent. They call me Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer around here. Got intern Chase in the building. Silent Mike, what up, though?
What's up?
Hey, I like it, JB Smooth. Woodward Sports' MVP in the Titty Booth. What up, though, brother?
Hey, nothing much. It's a Friday. Ready for the weekend.
Chase, hold it down now.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Let's rock, man. Hey, he's over there working hard, too. Thank you, brother.
For sure.
That dude, Justin, KG, and Flannel Sam. Appreciate you guys, man. The WUW Crew team.
Woo-woo.
Gets bigger, and it's people that we know, we can depend on, trust, and have some fun with.
You know who else we can depend on? This chat.
Ooh.
Those who show up first thing in the morning every single day.
Ooh.
That means a lot to us as a show, as a network. but also sometimes gives you some advantages. You learn about things before others.
Before everyone else.
Like before things are on social, before things are made public to the world of Detroit. Chat, I want you to start a 10-second countdown in the chat. 10. A bunch of people just spamming the chat. 10 through 1. Someone start. Maybe Mike G starts. Oh, John Fisher. He got it started already.
Oh, I see there's a 10.
When it gets down, Kool-Aid, am I able to reveal the news that we'll be providing more detail by the end of the show?
Yeah.
But I can reveal what we're about to do?
Let's do it.
Let's
do it. We've been given the authorization.
Okay.
To go a little bit more public with it now.
I need more, guys. I'm putting 10. I'm the first 9 in the chat. I need an 8. I need everyone typing, or else we got to wait till the end of the show, and then there's not the advantage. There's not the head start. I see 8. I see a 7.
Come on,
Ryan's reaction. You're skipping a few. 7. Where's the 6? Where's the 6? 9. 4. 5. All right. Keep it coming in the chat. Keep it coming in the chat.
I need more cowbell.
I need more cowbell. All right, here we go. 3. You guys ready for this? 2. Someone give me a 1. Oh, here we go. Now we're rolling. Ryan's reaction, 420. 3, 2, 1. Later today, up on Woodward Sports Twitter. And it might be other places too.
Yep. All over the place.
What are we giving away?
$10,000.
$10,000.
We gave away $5,000 last year.
We gave away $5,000.
Someone won.
People were ripping on Woodward. For some reason, we're ripping on Woodward Sports. Dude got paid. You know what we're doing? We're raising the bar. $5,000 to $10,000. Cool.
Twice as nice.
$10,000.
Twice as nice. I would love $10,000 right about now. I wonder if we're eligible. We're not.
We're not eligible.
But
I'm only eligible to tell the people the details.
Yeah, tell them the details. What
I will.
It's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong.
Yep. Listen, you got to be following Woodward Sports' YouTube and be, obviously be subscribed. Stay tapped in as well. You have to be following one of the social media platforms that you're going to engage with to give, and these are the qualifications. You have to predict who scores first in the game between the Lions and the Bucks, who scores last in the game between the Lions and the Bucks, and the final score prediction. Mind you, last year, somebody actually won $5,000 doing this.
It was an epic call.
It was epic.
Epic.
Absolutely epic. So I'm not telling you guys, stay tapped in. You can definitely put it in this chat, but it's not official unless you actually put it in the comment section. Not the live chat, but the comment section. It has to be somewhere well before the game where it's a record and we can see that it's there. The live chat, we're not able to. So definitely, if you guys want to get your entries in, start blowing up the comment section right now with who will score first, who will score last, and the final score prediction for the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. $10,000.
Who do we think might score first? We'll do this again at the end of the show, but gut reaction, Lions get the ball. Forget the Buccaneers for now. Lions get the ball on offense. Who scores first?
Jason Cabinda.
I want it to be Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Love that.
I want it to be Amon-Ra. I feel like it could be D-Mont, but let's go Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
The madman.
I think it's Amon-Ra or Laporta. I think it's one of those two,
Laporta.
Get back to that juice. Get back to that juice. JB,
are you about to say a defensive player?
No, I'm not about
Pick
to say
six Baker Mayfield?
I mean, I would love for that to happen, to be honest with you. Pick 6 from Hutch to go all the way. That would be amazing. But I got to go with Gibbs on this one.
Ooh.
I love it.
Give me Gibbs.
What if it's one Master Bates?
Is it the first score?
Yes.
Not first touchdown.
Wait, let me.
Yeah. Make sure.
Before we start advertising, because that's a key detail.
Who scores first, scores last, and the final score.
Sounds like score. It will be clearer when the official Twitter post goes out, so we'll double check on that. But right now, the rules are scores. So for the sake of our conversation, Jake Bates is on the table. But you said Gibbs.
Yep.
You said maybe Monty, but Gibbs. That means the run game's doing something. That means that
we gotta talk about
Vita
that
Vea, nickel, nose tackle, Vita Vea, massive human being.
What about the extra point? Like, does that count as
not the first score?
No, but the last score.
Mark that down, Floyd, as a detail. Put in the fine print or something. There are certain people on Twitter that will blow that up. But nose tackle, Vita Vea, one of the best in the business. The Bucs run a 3-4 defensive front seven scheme often. And Vita Vea is a key to that. He is a humongous man that usually takes up 2, if not 3 blocks. Fortunately, guys, girls, Lions have the number 1 offensive line in the NFL. A lot of that is partly due to Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker at tackle. It's also because they got the best center in the league. They got one of the most versatile guards in the league.
I'm ready to talk about this.
And they got one of the best guards in the league. He might be here on a 1-year contract and be 35, but Kevin Zeitler's that dude too. This offensive line, I didn't think had their best game in week 1. I didn't think they had their best pass protection game in week 1 either. But when they needed it the most, end of fourth quarter and overtime, it was that offensive line, specifically Frank Ragnow. It was all of them, but specifically Frank Ragnow. You look at him on that touchdown, the Demont touchdown in overtime. Yeah. He slams that dude right to the turf. I'm confident that although Vita Vea is great, some of the injuries some of the injuries, whether it's Kalijah Cansey, Yaya Diaby, or a depleted secondary, I still think the Lions are going to be able to run on the Bucs. I think their best bet is through the air, and that's where we're going to have the most mismatches. But I think they can run. I think they can run right at this defensive line.
I'm just over here cheesing, bro, because that was my feeling as I continued to think about this game last night, and even this morning, knowing like we were going to break this thing down today to some degrees. My mindset was, I get it. Vea is a good player, great player, great at what he does. But our offensive line is elite. Not that Ben Johnson won't have something to counter if you can't get something going, but I'm not just entering this game with the mentality of being scared, not stoked. I'm stoked, not scared, because the Detroit Lions have given us the ability to be. This offensive line has been elite. David Montgomery has been elite. Jahmyr Gibbs has already shown he can get to those levels of elite. I believe in this thing, especially when you know you could potentially play the aggressive nature of them against themselves. Play actions, I think, are going to be so crucial against this Bucs defense that I believe it's going to be overly aggressively trying to make up for some of the injury misses that they have.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden, you're talking about check downs to David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs. You're talking about passes out of the backfield to a Jahmyr Gibbs who's streaking across the middle of the field. I believe those types of plays, like we saw last year, right? I think that those types of plays are going to be the plays that you're going to see our running backs ultimately have some success in early.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't think you abandon the trenches. You got to beat the trenches up.
You got to. Beat them up.
Beat it up.
Don't just beat the trenches up. Beat the trenches up. Beat the trenches up.
What up, JB Smooth? Hey.
Seriously, they have to, because that's not only part of their offensive identity, their strategy, sets up the play action pass. We talk about Amon-Ra going to be the first touchdown scorer. Sam Laporta going to be the first touchdown scorer. A lot of what they do in play action to those guys is due to setting it up with the run. It's also what the Bucs want to do too. That's why they're committed to running with Rachaad White and Bucky Irving. Not that Rachaad White is an elite rusher yet. I like him. I think he's a really good player. He's very, very dangerous in the pass game. He's good in the run game. They still have to try to run the ball. And that brings me to this next matchup. And we talked about him a little bit yesterday. Baker Mayfield matched up. Who do you think I'm going to match him up with? Kerby Joseph. Baker Mayfield in this Bucs offense with their new OC, their goal is to they like play action too. Play action pass out of a rush from Rachaad White. What is Kerby Joseph going to do? Is he going to bite on that rush? Is he watching Baker's eyes? Is he going to stay home on his own assignments? Because this is the type of game. We saw Stafford get rid of the ball last week so fast. There were still opportunities to pick it off, but there are less when you got a quarterback getting it out that fast. Baker, he's going to hang on to it a little bit more. He's good. He's elusive. He's spontaneous, but he's going to hang on to the ball a little bit more.
It's his tendency throughout his entire career.
Yes. That puts him hanging onto the ball in jeopardy. He's a gunslinger. He's going to throw 2 or 3 passes in this game that he maybe shouldn't. Is Kerby going to pick that ball off?
Bro, the Lions got me over here giggling like a school kid. You know why? Because for the first 2 weeks of the season, we know that both of our opponents, though very good, and though playoff opponents from last year, have to do more adjusting to who we are than what we have to do to them. We know this already. We already know we can depend on a wide receiver on the right side of the field. We can depend on our wide receiver on the left side of the field. We can depend on all of our tight ends. We can depend on all of our running backs. We can depend on our offensive line. Meanwhile, you literally got Sean McVay, the mastermind genius, on the other side of the field, trying to figure out how to chess game this thing. And then Dan Campbell gets overtime and says, after that coin flip, game over.
Over.
Game is over. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, all right, this was fun. We gave the people extra free football. We're in Detroit. Game over. Now you got the Bucks. And that was why the Lions are rusty. Now you have the Bucks here, and they're going to have to find some way to scheme how to stop our guys. And you don't have enough players to do it.
No.
That's just what it boils down to.
They don't normally, Kool-Aid.
Not even on a normal basis.
Now they have...
Yeah, Carlton Davis last year.
Almost their entire secondary is
Winfield
hurt.
last year.
Yeah. They aren't going to have Winfield. They're probably not going to have Zion McCollum. They're probably not going to have Tykee Smith. Like, oh my God, it's Jamel Dean, and that's it. That's it. And if you don't mind, I'm going to take this segment 4 extra minutes. Maybe we cut a little bit of fantasy or whatnot, but I want to talk about that Lions defensive line because I love Terrell Williams. And I love Hutch and Marcus Davenport and Mac and Levi O and Pascal and, oh, yeah, that man DJ Reader's
Stand
coming
on
back.
business, brother. Stand on business, brother.
There are 2 short clips I want to play. The first one, JB, I had a little higher up in the show sheet, a short 9-second clip on Terrell Williams and the return of DJ Reader and what gets toughened up when DJ Reader returns. Could you play that?
Yep.
It's a good physical group, and when you add him, DJ, the neighborhood gets a little tougher. So we're excited to get him.
I'm excited to get him now. I love he ends every sentence with now. I'm excited to get him now.
Makes
love
the
that.
neighborhood a little bit tougher.
Love.
He reminds me of my college basketball coach, bro.
And
shout out to Coach Dunbar.
Shout out to Coach Dunbar. Coach Dunbar. That was about DJ Reader and what the difference he can make up the middle. The neighborhood gets a little tougher. Love that bar. What that does. And 2 guys we talked about in the last game. He had another soundbite on Hutch and Marcus Davenport and how they're beast and what that does with interior pressure, which is going to be the key. Hutch and Davenport, they're going up against Tristan Wirfs and possibly Luke Goedeke, who's been limited or out of practice with a concussion. They might have a backup right tackle now that Wirfs is over to the left. When you get pressure up the middle and you get these 2 monsters coming from the side, this is what Terrell Williams had to say about Hutch and Davenport.
They're both about the same height, about the same, around the same weight, arm length. Everything's the same. So when you got big guys on the edges that can crush those tackles, and then you got guys in the middle that can push, then now we basically build a box around the quarterback, and it's hard for him to throw. And, I know we had 2 sacks in the football game, but we affected the quarterback. And if we can do that every week, then I think we'll be in good shape.
Hi, Neil.
Shout out to the president. I see you in the chat. My guy, Neil.
Hey, just go look at the old lives and, the final word, the stabilizer of the network. Look at in the last probably 5 months, there's one that you'll see when a full 2 hours. I'll say that. And I'm pretty sure our business model is views, engagement, and, the things that help the young ones coming up trying to, earn a little bit more. Anyways. And we just got to balance it all out,
Yeah, and I do have some more details. Extra points are not going to count.
Okay.
Field goals do, but you have to have the player, obviously the team, and the final score.
Hey, maybe Greg Joseph gets activated to the 53. No, it's Jake Bates. It's Jake Bates.
It better be Jake Bates. I drafted him.
Shout out to Soroki's.
Shout
good.
out. This defensive line is a big game for them. A better offensive line than the depleted Rams, but still a really good one with one of the best tackles in the game. And Baker, he's going to hang on to it a little more than Stafford. Let's actually get to break. Shout out to you, Neil. Because we got to go around the NFL. This is time. This is Caesars Sportsbook segment led by JB Smooth. We got bets. We got everything coming up. We got everything coming up. What you don't want to do is trim your wallet. You want your wallet to stay nice and big. You want it to grow as much as possible. You don't want your hair to get that long sometimes. Unless you're Chase or Justin, Kool-Aid. Tell them about Lady Jane's.
I will. Hey, look. Awesome is where a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That is Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back and relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented hairstylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Are you dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Well, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, they're here to help. Mark White and his team, they'll pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. I said $5,000. That's a lot of money. That's half as much as we're giving away in this giveaway, this $10,000 giveaway, which is huge, but $5,000, that makes a difference. So go call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
And we are back. It is Wake Up Woodward, and we appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the WUW Crew.
Woo, woo.
Woo! It's your boy Brandon Day, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer. Business season is right around the corner. There's some optimism, and then there's some people who still think that they're just trash, and I get it. You got to prove it. One team that has proven it, the Detroit Lions. This right here, our credentialed Tigers and our Lions reporter and writer for the network, that is Matthew Broder.
With a season that goes up and down, I'm not a huge bettor, but I don't know if that's a nightmare to bettors or if that's part of the energy to betting, to sports betting.
I'm gonna absolute glaze right now.
Bar.
Wait, what
did you just do that?
Wait, play it again. Actually, I only heard the second half.
Turn that up. Glaze right now.
One more time.
I'm gonna set up the Krispy Kreme factory. I'm gonna absolute glaze right now. Set up the Krispy Kreme factory. I'm about to glaze.
We have a baby goat growing in the
Let's
sound
go.
booth.
That's so quick. Hey, I like that. I like that, man.
But to go to
Shout out to our squad,
for
man.
me, if I'm ever placing a bet, and it's usually like $5 15 leg parlays, you know, $5 to win like 75 grand.
Yeah.
If I ever have those questions, you either go to Pete Spivak or I go
Shout
to
out
that
to
man
Pete.
over there, JB Smooth. JB, our betting man on this show. What's up, Del?
Hey,
Talk to me.
What's going on? Look, sorry about last night. It was really disappointing. The Dolphins just kind of laid flat in that second half, and honestly, I was hoping for a little bit more. We were so close at hitting the over on the total. We were so close to getting Jalen Wiles at 60 yards, and still so close with Jordan Poyer getting those tackles and assists. We're off by a little bit, which means we're going to eventually hit as soon or later. We are going to hit. But first, let me tell you about Caesars Sportsbook, the sportsbooks for us here at Woodward Sports. Because what if I told you, if you placed a bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, you get your money back? You would honestly think I was crazy. But look, scan the QR code on the screen right now, enter code Woodward1000, and I'll tell you, if your bet loses up to $1,000, you get that right back into your account with a minimum of just a $20 bet. Download the Caesars Sportsbook today, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Remember, use code Woodward1000 or always scan a QR code on the screen. But now,
JB.
I got to give you some bets over the weekend,
Let's
you
go.
guys. What's going on?
Woodward Sports' MVP, JB Smooth.
And you know what? I will start over in college. I will start over in college for you guys, as you know, your Michigan Wolverines are taking on the Arkansas State Red Wolves. I have no idea who this team is. I really don't know who this team is. Look, I'm expecting a bounce back game for Michigan. And I'll put the bet up here on screen just for you guys to know where I'm leaning already. Yeah. Bounce back game for Michigan. They're facing the Red Wolves, which they are actually catching Michigan on a very vulnerable time right now. So this could be risky if this team underestimates the Red Wolves. The Wolves have a dual quarterback, but I still think Michigan is the better team that can put pressure on this quarterback. Arkansas State is 0-10 against the Big Ten, and that is not going to change this weekend. Michigan still has a pretty good defense, and its offense is the more question of the weekend. But if you lose this weekend, you will get exposed by the Red Wolves. I will be so upset. Very upset. The Wolves have no pros on this team like you were facing in Texas the last week before. That's an all-pro team out there. You should be easily able to beat up on this team. Michigan is more talented than what it shows, and I'm hoping that this is a bounce-back game for them as well. So give me the Michigan Wolverines right now against the spread at -23 that you can get on Caesar Sportsbooks right now. So Michigan, Sharon Moore, I'm looking directly at you. I will be in the house at the big house. Don't mess this up, man.
JB.
Do not mess this up.
I got my Michigan shirt
Do
on.
not mess this up.
JB.
What's up?
Ooh.
I'm taking the under. I hate to admit it, but we're
It
talking
feels like that, doesn't
23 points. If I'm being realistic, they should beat them by 50, of course, but
what have you seen that makes you confident that that's something that they're going to do?
I can't be confident that they're going to score 24 points.
They
might win 21-7, 21-3, but with the offense how it's looked, I can't confidently say over 23. Sorry.
This is disappointing. You guys might be getting to JB. Last week, he took Maryland in the spread against his Spartans.
Yeah.
And this week, he's going to the U of M game, and he's taking Michigan in the points.
Maybe he's really a U of M fan.
No.
Are you guys
that is not
JB,
it at all.
Maybe he's riding the wave
JB,
of the Michigan National Championship.
Nope. Like, nope. Not gonna happen.
But
Look,
you know what? I think you said it best as it relates to the Michigan game. This has to be a Sharon Moore game. This has to be one where we absolutely see his imprint. We know what the ills of this squad are now. But Sharon Moore has to be the person that makes the difference for this team. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here asking ourselves pretty soon, well, what's the difference between him and Brady Hoke? What's the difference between him and Rich Rod?
Yeah.
Sharon Moore has to do work. We already know that.
Yep.
And that's what I was getting at too. Seeing that Sharon Moore has now got his contract signed, maybe he can put some fire under all of these players that he has right now and actually go out there and give it maybe a more effort than he did last week in that Texas game. Maybe that was the one thing holding him back. I don't really know, and I don't want to speculate at all either. Just saying. But hopefully he can put it together and they can honestly just beat up on these Red Wolves. Now, the other team in the state of Michigan, those Michigan State Spartans right now. Look, I'm going to tell you, I'll put this bet up here as well, too. I'm taking Michigan State in the over.
Over 50.5?
Yes. Look. It was so hard to even try and find this game on any sportsbook just because Michigan State is heavily favored in this game as they're going up against Prairie View A&M. I don't even know where this team is, to be honest with you. I couldn't even tell you. But this game is so lopsided, I couldn't even find it anywhere on any sportsbook. It's heavily favored towards Michigan State. They definitely pulled off the upset last week in week 2. In this game, we should see MSU just basically unleash and dominate on a very lesser opponent. The spread is extremely crazy. I think it's probably at like 35.5 right now. I'm not going that far. I do think this game will get ugly and ugly quick. Spartans unleashed in this game. I'm taking the over 50.5 in this one.
So you got Spartans punting the Prairie Dogs.
I got Spartans punting the hell out of the Prairie Dog. I don't even, like I said, I don't know where this team even is to tell you right now, but give me the Spartans on this one. And honestly, if you take the Spartans either on the money line, you're not really making a whole lot of money as it is either. So like, $10 is only going to get you another 5, maybe.
I love this, though, because finally, and Neil, if you're still in the chat, finally we don't have to hear about the School of the Blind playing the University of Michigan again, because it's 2024 and you're playing the Prairie Dogs.
Hey, you just play who's
they're
on your
actually the
schedule.
Panthers of Prairie View.
Fuck the Panthers.
They're from
either
Prairie
or.
View, Texas. I'm trying to find this up for you, JB.
Good.
JB.
Moving on.
Say either or. Give me Michigan State on the over in this one. Like I said, this will be an all green and white game. Just run up the score. Run up the score. Prove a point.
Oh, it's a HBCU in Texas. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that
Northwest of
either.
Houston.
And I've gone on some tours to HBCUs. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to add that one to the list.
All right, interesting. We'll keep a lookout for you. But guess what? You're not winning this weekend. I'm sorry. Moving on to the NFL, some games I'll find. I know you sickos. I'll save the Lions for last, so just give me a minute on it as well too. My first game that I got up, the Titans, those lonely Titans. Titans last week slipped and let the Bears get this one, but they really didn't impress anybody, as the Titans held Chicago just to 148 yards of total offense, as their defense looked great both against the run and the pass. But on the flip side, they face a Aaron Rodgers-led Jets team, which last week we saw his first game back from injury, and he only completed 13 passes the entire game. Bryce Hall averaged just 3.4 yards per carry, and if you factor in that, Jordan Mason last week with the 49ers torched their defense with 147 yards, plus the Jets are playing on a very shortened week this week. They're traveling across multiple timelines to get to play the Titans as well too. I'm taking the Titans as the underdogs in this one. Give me the points at +4 right now at the Caesar Sportsbook, -110 right now. I would go for it. Give me the Titans on this one to at least cover the spread.
I'm taking the Jets. I think they have a bounce back game. They didn't look good in week 1, but neither did the Lions. The Lions did end up beating the Rams, but I think they're going to get Breece Hall going. They're going to target Garrett Wilson more. They should, at least. Alan Lazard isn't going to have that type of game. I have no faith in the Titans right now, a team that I thought might be okay this year. I'm going Jets. I think they win by a touchdown.
Ooh, it's just, you know what, because they're playing the Titans is why I can see it going that way. But it's just something weird about the Jets mojo since Aaron Rodgers, just for a long time now.
Aaron Rodgers is not the same.
Aaron Rodgers, he's not the same in my opinion, coming back from injury. But you got to kind of wait and see what's there. Obviously, that was the first game back. It is Aaron Rodgers. We've seen him do some crazy, kooky things. So I can see it going that way. If they're playing another team, any team with more of a pulse on the Titans, I believe that you see the Jets go down.
Yeah. JB, let's do one more before we take a break.
Okay, cool. I got you. I got one more for you. It's probably not going to be a very popular pick as well either. But once again, I still like it. You don't have to take the bet either. But give me the Broncos +2.5 this weekend. This is against the Steelers, actually. No revenge game for Russell Wilson in this one, as Justin Fields will be commanding the offense with his second straight start. The Steelers are coming off a road win to the Falcons, which I don't think the Steelers really did anything well on offense, as Fields threw for only 157 yards, and the team just averaged 3.3 yards per carry on the ground. Now they're playing in Denver, which early on in the season could give teams problems due to the elevation over there. Bo Nix didn't do great in his debut, but did get enough done to at least cover the spread last week, which is where I'm going. And this one for me looks like Nick should look very more comfortable at home after doing a trial by fire last week in a very tough environment in Seattle. So give me the Bucks to cover +2.5 over at Caesars right now. Oh, Broncos, sorry, not Bucks. Broncos to cover.
Yeah, no Bucks are winning this weekend.
No Bucks are winning this weekend. A little tease as to my Lions bet.
Man, Steelers, though, sometimes it's just that team that finds a way to get it done. Man.
Are you taking them?
The Steelers? They're a team that finds ways to get things done, man. I can see it happening. I think I would take
money line. I probably wouldn't do the points.
You wouldn't?
I'd do the money line on the Steelers, but I don't know if I'd do the spread.
I'm taking the Steelers, and I don't think it's even going to be close. It's a young offense. I like Bo Nix's future. He's young. They got a lot of things they're figuring out on that offense. Steelers offense, we don't know for sure yet, but they still have playmakers. That defense is disgusting. TJ Watt is going to eat Bo Nix. Literally, that little boy, Bo Nix, TJ Watt is going to feast on him. And the Steelers win because of their defense. It might be like 17-3, 17-7.
It'll definitely be low scoring.
It's going to be low scoring. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That was at least my train of thought. That was where it was at. It's like the Steelers, they find ways to get things done. And if they play just marginally better than they did the first week, I don't know. I give them the edge over the Broncos.
Awesome. Let's take a quick break. We'll finish off these games around the NFL. Kool-Aid, tell them about Guardian Alarm.
Hey, I will. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from our experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. It is 24/7 professional monitoring, so you can call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed, because it is technology that is backed by people, and your safety and security deserves technology that has been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. All you got to do, call this number right here, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Once again, that number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. FAB on you all.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your current insurance provider reviewed. Swiss will make sure that they are not slipping in anything extra.
Take that.
Including no fees. You can consider them the no Diddy of insurance. All you got to do, call our guy Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That number, 313-530-1698. Or visit them online, SwissINS.com. Let them know what we're sports sent you.
Let's go.
Hey, we are back. Let's wake up Woodward. Let's jump into it, man.
Yes. We're going to save the last bet of JB's is on the Lions game. So we're going to save that till the end. We're going to bring back JB's bets and talk Lions right before the show is done. But let's take 5, 8, maybe 10 minutes. We're going to frame this from a fantasy perspective because I think there's some interesting storylines talking about some starts, some sits, some sleepers. But it gets us talking about the NFL. The first question I have, and again, next week we're going to present our teams a little better, our chat pairings and everything. Currently, I'm in first place. My guy James and me, we're in first place. Team Christian Mingo for Christian Mahogany and, Christian Wingo, Makai Wingo. JB's in second with Ed O'Neill. Chase and China Virus is in third. Jesus and that guy 62 is in fourth. KG and Chuckle Cheese is in fifth. Detroit Devils, which is Dante 151 and Alan W in sixth. Kool-Aid and MJ, Dick Campbell Energy.
Let's go.
Seventh, Flannel Sam's, which is Flannel Sam, and Patrick Ofiara is in eighth. But there's a matchup. The Detroit Devils, Dante 151. I don't know. I'm going to use your team as an example here. I don't know what decision you've made yet, but Dante has to decide between starting quarterback Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or CJ Stroud of the Houston Texans going against the Chicago Bears defense. What do you guys think? Like, I'd say almost 17 out of 17, you're starting CJ Stroud, but the Bears secondary is strong.
It's sneaky.
Very strong. Jalen Johnson's that leader. And we talk about the Bucs secondary, which is depleted. Is this a week, in chat, if you're experts in here, let us know too. Is this a week you maybe bank on Jared Goff having a big game against the Bucs secondary?
I definitely would. When you think about it, it's not that I would call for the Bears to be beating the Texans, but the Bears are a defense throughout the years that just continues to be what I call a disruptor. So even if you beat them, your stats just seem to be a little bit lower than what they normally are. And so when I'm looking at that type of a matchup, I believe that Jared Goff is primed to have a big game against a more of a depleted secondary with the Bucs right now. So I would definitely probably lean towards Jared Goff to have a more clean football game than maybe C.J. Stroud against the Bears defense.
I think I am too. When I'm trying to take my Jared Goff bias out of it, I think if Antoine Winfield was in there, I'm still picking the Lions to win, but maybe Jared Goff doesn't have as big of a day. I think there's going to be a lot of open space in the middle of the field. Throw in one Jamel big play. Jared Goff may have a 275 and 3 touchdown day without the interception because there are less playmakers. So
and he got some Yak Kings on his team between Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. What we know Jahmyr Gibbs can do in the passing game, and Jamel. Yep.
So that might be it. And Houston, they've been committed to the run game. They let Joe Mixon run the ball 30 times last game, which I love for them. With the Chicago Bears secondary, they might want to attack that interior of the Bears defensive line, as I would if I were the Lions, attack them with the run up the middle. It may be a run-heavy game for the Houston Texans against the Bears. But what about this one? And this is Dick Campbell's energy. Kool-Aid, this is your team. We got Malik Neighbors of the Giants, who are going up against, who are they playing again? They're going up against the Commanders. Got a brutal secondary right now. Jaden Reed of the Packers going up against the Colts without Jordan Love, with Malik Willis, or Brian Robinson, running back for the Commanders, going up against the Giants.
Ooh.
Jaden Reed, wide receiver, Brian Robinson, running back, or who did I just name first? Malik Neighbors.
Or Malik Neighbors. And I like Malik Neighbors. Man, that's a tough one. Jaden Reed, though, is a guy that just seems to perform. Obviously, Jordan Love, you got to take that into account. But is Malik Willis a guy that's now going to be keying in on Jaden Reed to get the job done for him now that he's under center? Because you only get so many opportunities as a backup quarterback, which leads me to believe that Jaden Reed is at least going to get the targets. And if Malik Willis can get the passes to this guy, he has opportunity to still put up the stats that we've seen him put up.
That's a big if.
It is a big if, though.
Like, to me, it's Josh Jacobs is the only Packer you're playing this weekend. To me. But, JB, Malik Neighbors or Jaden Reed? Jaden Reed leading the league in receiving yards. But Malik Willis is different than Jordan
It's tugging
Love.
at your heartstrings, huh, Sparty?
Yeah, it's definitely tugging at my heartstrings because I really want to go with Jaden Reed on this one. But like you said, Malik Neighbors is a lot. I forgot the quarterback's name.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis is a lot different than Jordan Love out there on the field. Although, didn't we say yesterday that Jordan Love was still trying to play, or he was at least...
He's trying to. If they play him, I lose faith immediately in the Packers organization. He shouldn't play.
He's
not going to.
He really shouldn't play. I'm still going to rely on a Reed here just a little bit, just because I don't like Daniel Jones. I don't care for him. He's going to miss his receivers 9 times out of 10. And Malik Neighbors already seems to have a little bit of issues with Daniel Jones as it is and the New York Giant organization. So I don't think that's a good situation for him. So I'm still riding with Reed on this one.
Okay. Anybody in the chat, do you have an opinion on it? Jaden Reed versus Malik Neighbors?
It'd be Neighbors all day just due to the matchup. The Commanders are horrible on defense, especially their pass defense. So to me, it's no question.
Hey, shout out to Mikey Sanders still.
Shout out to Mikey Sanders still. Gonna be a great player. Okay, here's one. Here's maybe the last one we'll do. It's on Flannel Sam's team, and he's not here, but I think it's an interesting matchup. Calvin Ridley, wide receiver Calvin Ridley, playing the New York Jets, which has Sauce Gardner on that team, or Rashee Rice of the Chiefs going against the Bengals.
What was that first matchup again?
Calvin Ridley against the Jets. Calvin Ridley on the Titans against the Jets with Sauce Gardner, or Rashee Rice, wide receiver of the Chiefs.
Rashee Rice.
We're going Rashee Rice.
Yeah, I mean, he played well last week against the Ravens. He was running
He
as
did.
reckless as he drives his car in that secondary. So, I mean, I think like Calvin Ridley, he's also sharing targets with, isn't DeAndre Hopkins still in Tennessee?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I mean, I don't know if anyone has much faith in Will Levis after like his week 1 performance. So
Yeah, I think that's it. Rashee Rice, and he looked good. You talk about Patrick Mahomes. He did find some rhythm with Xavier Worthy, but Rashee Rice is a guy they came into the season expecting to depend a little bit more on. So
Malik, I'm seeing in the chat too. We got some people picking Jaden Reed, which surprised me. But then Denver Blair, John Fisher, some guys in the chat said Malik Neighbors might be injured. He's got some injury. I don't know if he's like officially out of the game. I'm trying to look. What is it?
Everyone's saying John Fisher says so. Nobody's worried about Neighbors' knee injury. Weird.
Knee injury. There we go. That would be reason, man. So in that case, you may have to start considering Brian Robinson too. If you got 2 spots for 3 people, Malik Neighbors, Jaden Reed, and Brian Robinson. Even though the Giants have a pretty good defensive line, you know he got more touches than Austin Eckler in that game. They may be relying on him. Many men. Many men.
Many men. That's true.
That's true. Interesting. Fantasy. We're going to work on our fantasy presentation. I know KG's got some stuff cooked up for this entire season. We're going to display our teams. I obviously have the best team.
Whip it out, Big Mock style.
You know. But we'll take a quick break. We're going to get early to what's training with JB Smooth so we can have a nice, long
My man Vincent
mailbag
E said
segment.
Bengals are cooked. Oh, my God. Tell me about it. I have
Yeah,
Joe
the
Burrow,
Bengals are
and I
bad.
got the Bengals defense. Luckily, I also got the 49ers defense. So.
That's a nice D you got.
Hey,
yo.
Hey. Fast forward on a Friday. Where are we going? I'm discombobulated now.
You're
JB
headed
Smooth.
over to me because I got to tell you guys about some merch that we got going on
like
right
the
now.
Detroit signed shirt?
No, not
It's
anymore.
in the Hall of Fame,
Not
right?
anymore. No.
It's in the Rafters?
No, it's not in the Rafters. That retired as a non-champion, man. It's over there. But head over to WoodwardSports.com. Click on that shop tab. New designs are dropping every
Charles
single
Barkley
week
of
for you,
non-champs.
all the time. But we got the hashtag Boo Them Kids out right now. That, you know what? We should probably send Matthew Stafford just one of them, just cuz. You know, the Stoke Not Scared shirt as well too, and you can't forget about those Woodward Tigers. They let one slip last night. Hopefully, never again. Head over to WoodwardSports.com, click on that shop tab, get swagged out.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Crispy Chicken and Pizza. That's Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a new limited time offer just in time for this football season, which is getting well underway. They're debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. So grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add some fresh wings for the games this weekend. Try them. They got 7 different flavors. Seven. So try one of them. Head to www.sorokis.com to learn more and stop in at a mega station near you. Maybe, too, you stop on the way home from your kids' football or cheer event because the Boys and Girls Club, South Michigan's 3C Sports League, is the best in Detroit. It really is. It offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. And all the coaches they have in this league, all the coaches, they're trained, they're certified, check. They also undergo background checks. So So your kids are in the right hands, they're safe, and they're learning the game. So register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. They got equipment, meals, transportation. It's all included with the chance to play the championship game at Ford Field, where the Detroit Lions play their home games. Costs $75 per child, but I promise you it is worth it. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGC SM3C Sports.
We are back. It's Wake Up Woodward. Thank you guys for kicking off the day with the WUW Crew. And it's been a show getting ready. The last show before Detroit Lions play football again. You guys better stay tapped in as well. 4 shows. We got you covered for Lions game day. This guy kicks things off with Woodward Maine, and we end the day with the post-game show. I'm telling you guys, the pregame and the watch party, you want to be a part of it all. We're everywhere, from downtown Detroit to all the way out on the east. I'm telling y'all, you want to be down.
You want to be down there. You want to be down, but it's not always a break from sports, but JB always shows up cooking up something special. Get his laugh, and it just hits on Fridays. When JB sparks it up, it just hits. Let me help get that spark.
Yeah, spark it up. Word to Dispo. Let's get a session going.
Now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Bizzle. Let's rock.
What's up,
you, KG?
What's up, yo? Yo, should I play the Ranch Girl video again?
You know what?
No.
For Broder. We give him another opportunity to see if he would like to add her to the harem.
I saw this yesterday.
One more time. Yeah, with Chase live in studio. Because, you know what? We're gonna have to do this. For Broder's sake.
For
Look at Broder, dog. Let's go. Riding the wave.
Looking like the Krispy Kreme Blaze Factory you were talking about earlier, Kool-Aid.
Krispy Kreme Factory. That's me talking about Carlton Davis.
Yeah.
And Kay Cunningham.
Is it off?
I wear it proudly.
Is it off?
No, it's still there, brother. It's still there.
I want to talk football.
All right.
You're good, brother. You're good. You're in the clear.
All right.
So
we're done.
Ranch Girl is not in the harem at all.
No. Ew.
Ranch Girl or Sexy Red?
Neither.
Whoa. You don't like Big
red.
Sexy? You don't like Big Sexy?
Terrible.
Shout out to my roommate Harlan, one of my best friends. We used to listen to Pound Town before it was viral.
Terrible.
Like we like I said earlier in the show, we played beer league hockey one year. We were listening to Pound Town as our hype song before every game.
No. So we know who's in Chase's harem. Let's rock, Chase.
Oh my God. Let's get into some videos before Broder just has freaks out over here. Oh man, was working out the other day. You guys know how to perform a actual drop set?
A drop set?
A drop set, yeah.
I don't think so. I know a drop tackle. I know dip set.
No, drop set. If you don't know, now you do.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Wait, look at that guy in the background.
The guy in the background.
There's a little too much hip thrust.
Why? What are we doing?
I think that's got to be fake.
What am I missing here?
Let me see him make contact with his gonads. Yeah, okay. Clever content creators here.
It's a drop set.
Him. Yeah. Yeah, he did that on purpose for sure.
Just a bit of a drop set there for you while you're working out at the gym. Broder, I gotta ask, have you ever waved off a home run that you knew was about to happen?
Waved off, like
wave the pitch goodbye.
Oh yeah, yes. I gave up a few solo home runs in my day.
Well, so did this guy. And just wait. Right there. My man just waves off this home run because he knows it is gone.
There are some times you just know, as it sounds different off the bat, the trajectory of it, you're like, yep, wish I could have had that one back. See a ball, that's funny.
That's
funny.
I was gonna ask you, have you ever been in a situation like that where you just tip the cap?
Yeah. You throw a good pitch and they still make that. Yeah, for sure.
They still make that contact. Damn, man, that sucks. That has to be really harsh to even go through, even imagine. But you know what else is really harsh? Getting leaked on in practice.
Wait, what? Getting what?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. I don't know why I thought you said getting leaked on in practice. I was like,
that too.
what?
I heard that too.
Oh, y'all just freaky today, huh?
I heard winks. I thought like Jesse Winker. I was like,
oh my God, getting winked at practice?
Yeah.
Here's a way we can find out everyone's age without them actually sharing their age. So in the chat, drop the most notable leak of your life. Interpret as you please. I promise you, there are generational answers that will happen depending on how you interpret it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Multiple different leaks.
What I guess my head is going to a very wrong place with leaks.
That might it, and even that category might help age people depending on what. Maybe it's a film that was leaked. Maybe it was a quarterback at Florida. Who knows?
I mean, if it's my first car,
maybe it was a drummer from Motley Crue or like some musician from Motley Crue.
Yeah.
If we talk about my first car, I had a radiator leak.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
See, that's the first thing. Do those happen anymore? I'm not a car guy. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Side note: why are they teaching these kids to jump over tacklers? Like, soon their opponents are going to be calling the tackling safety dirty.
Oh no. They don't. I know that they don't teach that down at the the Boys and Girls Club of Southeast Michigan.
Definitely not.
3C Sports Academy. They teach them how to play the game the right way.
They're trained, certified, and undergo background checks.
Yep. Shout out to Detroit Lion Josh Pascal. Hey, supports them.
You done scorched theirs.
Hey.
Whores, guys. They're everywhere.
Oh my God. Well, finally, I will end what's trending with this. Just know, if you take your kids outside, you gotta be careful.
Oh man, I'm crying.
Got a helmet.
He always put me on screen when somebody kid get messed up.
Yep, and it's about to happen.
Oh yeah. The first question is, are you okay? If they say yes, then I gotta turn around because I'm gonna be like,
curb your enthusiasm, kid.
Slow down.
Hold on, dog. The dad knew what was gonna happen, bro.
Hey, watch where you're going.
He tried to tell him.
Slow down.
He tried to tell him. He's like, keep your eyes on the road, bro.
No, that's the slow down that I would give to my little brother when I knew danger was impending. Come on, man. You gotta protect your kid. I know that slow down. I'm sorry, little brother. I know that slow down. Slow down. It was too close. He said it after my man was already going curb first. Look at this. I'm turning.
Slow down.
Like, it's too late. You knew what to do.
By the way, that helmet, that kid was not going fast enough for a helmet to fly off
That's what
like
I'm
that.
saying. He knew what was going to happen, bro. He set his kid up, dog. He got him prepped.
Class action lawsuit against the helmet company.
Oh, my gosh.
It's
dog,
true.
He went flying, dog.
That's a dad who wants his weekends back.
And then the helmet popped off his head, bro. It didn't even protect him.
By the way, DNC, Ed O'Neill, Kim K.
That's where my head was going.
Yup. Denver. Steve DeYoung, Pam Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Watergate, Chuck Brewer.
What type of leak are we talking about here?
Anything.
The fappening.
Someone said, who split time at Florida with Tim Tebow? Chris Leak. Hey, what's your favorite soup? Potatoes and leek.
Huh.
Potato and leek. They're all different types of leek. But
I got to go
where
take
it started
a leak.
at, there's people who, there's the Pam Anderson, Tommy Lee leak, and then there's Kim K. Then there's like every other week there's one nowadays.
But Vanessa Hudgens leaks.
I think that was the thing.
Yeah, that was the thing.
See? Child actors, man. They like being in front of the camera.
I wish Hillary Duff had a leak, but that's just me.
Do you think she leaks?
Next! I know I walked y'all right into that. What was that, JB?
Yeah, that's it for what's trending, man. Sometimes
I wish I could hide behind the microphone.
I get high.
Oh,
Mike
man.
G loves leek soup.
The chat, dog. I love the chat. Top 5 leaks from James.
See, James is a top 5. He's a leader in top 5 ideas.
Oh,
Shannon Sharp leaks.
Man.
Maybe that. Guys, one more quick break, and we're coming back. We got mailbag for the rest of the show. Get your questions in the chat with hashtag Feldman Mailbag. If you capitalize it, I see it clearer, so it makes it easier. But Feldman Mailbag, Could be anything, including football, fantasy, whatever you want to know about Tigers. Hit us up. Kool-Aid, tell them about what you're going to tell them about.
I don't even know, dog. The chat is so crazy. Do you see the chat, man?
Yeah.
Y'all are on one today. I literally got tears in my eyes. I'm just gonna read something, bro.
This is my 1 day a week. You're getting the full Monty, no David. It's true. Now I got 120 minutes.
Let's
We'll
go.
call it 125.
Let's go.
Sorry, Neil.
Let's go. What?
Should we stay till 10:59?
Steve leaving, dog. I see Steve leaving the chat. This is crazy, dog. Let me read this read. We got to be nice to our sponsors.
Yes. Professional.
New Holland Brewing Company watch party and post-game show. The watch party, shout out to the heavyweights and other Woodward sports personalities, and the post-game show hosted by Stick and Anton. I'm telling you, these things have been an absolute vibe the last few years. People wanted to know, how could they be a part of the watch parties with us? Well, now we've made it happen. Hayes Social in Shelby Township. We want to see you guys down there for instant reactions to the biggest plays. And right after the game, you got to stick around for the post-game show. And if you can't, you can always stream us only on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. This is all brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller, your local long drink, 1800 tequila, Soroki's, and Sabbath coffee. Yes, you heard that right. Soroki's too. We are having first down Soroki's. What does that mean? When the Lions get a big first down, we get some Soroki's. Let's rock. I want to see you guys there. And I got to tell you about Dr. Pierce, man. Attention sports fans. Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursday during Armani and Edwards, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience. They got over 18 locations. So there's got to be a dealership in your backyard. To find the location nearest you, visit feldmanauto.com. They are Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. Let's go.
What up, though, people? We are back. Thank you guys for kicking off the day with the WUW Crew. It's been a show. It's been a day, man. We've been on one. Shout out to Ed O'Neill as well. Word to Eduardo O'Neill, always on 100. He said, I love these hosts.
My dog.
Shout out to Ed O'Neill, man. I'm hoping as we're getting prepared for a Detroit Lions victory on Sunday that we have done you guys some justice this week. We celebrated last week's victory. We've broken down how they did it, what they need to improve on. We've gotten more into what they need to do to pull out a victory against the Bucs. This week has been awesome, and the chat has been amazing.
Yes.
Now it's time for the Feldman.
It is, but at 9:49, and we got to do something first. We got to have our finale of JB's betting segment. We got to talk about the Lions, JB. Set the stage for our predictions.
MVP.
Set the stage for the predictions.
MVP.
As Neil Rule says, love you, Neil. Let's cut the shit. Lions are winning this game against the Bucks. There's nothing much there to tell you about. The spread is set at 7.5 right now. You could take that, or you could take this prop bet, which I like very, very much. That is one Mr. Jameson Williams over 45.5 receiving yards on Sunday. Hey, the Bucks are top 5 in explosive pass plays allowed last year. Given the type of player, this bet can honestly probably hit at home within the first half. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit too low. The man had 9 targets in week 1, and even though I'm expecting a Amon-Ra game this game, I still think Jamel is going to go out there and eat. So give me Jameson Williams over 45.5 receiving yards on Sunday.
JB, I'm taking that too. Even if Amon-Ra St. Brown eats, that could be one catch from Jamel.
Honestly.
And they're targeting him in a way that I think he gets at least 5 to 8 targets per game. I see him going over 2 catches.
Like 2 catches,
over.
This is it. Like
Yeah,
this
that's right.
line is set so low. Like I would hop on this as soon as you can.
Hey, you see me?
Hop on
That's
it.
easy money, man. That's easy money, man.
He's taking the over.
That's right. Listen, you already know. Me and J-Mo, we go way back to like last week.
You go way more?
Go back to last week.
That's awesome. Was that the bet of the game?
That's the bet of the game for me for the Lions. Like I said, dude, know what kind of money that you're betting. Know your bankroll. Know what you're willing to win and lose. Bet responsibly. And always remember, parlays are for suckers. Stop doing that.
Hey.
I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for game predictions. We got to read these mailbag questions, but give me a score. Give me a winner, Kool-Aid. Lions versus Bucks.
31
I like
17. Detroit Lions over the Bucks. The offense absolutely opens up a can of whoopee. Hey, shout out to Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
That's right.
I like that. I'm going 27-20. Lions win by a touchdown. 27-20.
Closer.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's NFL. It's going to be a one-score game. I think the Lions, I don't want to say dominate. I think they have a really
paint the
good game.
picture for me.
Really good game, but at the end, it's just too much for the Bucks to come back. It's the defense. They win this one with their defense.
So you see like a late Bucks score, or is it a late Lions score to kind of seal
It's a late Bucks score. It's a late Bucks score.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
I can see that.
JB.
Given the fact that last week we had to take that game into overtime, and at a certain point the game was tied at 17 all going into the fourth quarter, I don't see a extreme dominant game, but I do see a very, very good game from the Lions on this one. So give me the Lions winning 24-17.
I love it. I love it. Chase, you got a game prediction.
Yeah. I'm going to say 28-13 Lions win. And I'm going to say...
You smelling what I'm smelling?
I'm going to say for anyone who wants to get a freebie on that last touchdown score, go with Brian Branch on a pick 6. I think Baker's going to be trying to push the field down, and I think no one's going to pick defensively. So just sauce it up if you want a free 10K. That might be half of the recipe for you.
Love it.
Hey, let's go.
Love it.
Oh, man.
We're gonna.
Oh, I was going to say, Silent Mike. I don't even need a final score prediction unless you do. But who's winning this game on Sunday?
I don't know, but I'm going to say Lions.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get into our mailbag section. Put it hashtag Feldman Mailbag in the chat. Ed O'Neill with the first one. Feldman Mailbag. The Lions have one loss going into Thanksgiving. They lost one. They lost to one of these teams. Which one was it? Green Bay, the Colts, the Seahawks, or the Texans?
In our when we kind of went record by record, I had already said I think that they're going to lose that Packers game.
Okay. I got the Texans. The Texans are the one loss in that group. I think the Texans are going to be really good. That's where I'm at. What about you, JB?
I got to go with the Texans as well too. There's just something about that young group and that young core that I think they're willing to risk it all and go all out. So that's the team that you got to watch for.
I love it. 68 reported. Oh, I love that name, by the way. 68 reported. First time I've seen you in here, by the way. So thanks for tapping into the show and to the network. Feldman Mailbag. When will James Houston get traded?
Oh,
that's a statement. And we might not know when, but there's rumors going out, and I don't think this is going to happen. But there was a rumor trade of Hassan Reddick of the Jets and a 5th round pick, Hassan Reddick for a 5th round pick and James Houston. I forget who put it out there. I know Mike Payton of A to Z Sports referenced it.
Yeah.
I think it was a bigger publication.
That's wild because James Houston and his Pistons doppelganger in Isaiah Stewart, they're both just yesterday, NBA Central confirmed that the Pistons might not be necessarily sold on Jaden Ivey, but they're going to see what they have.
Chase, you okay?
Jesus.
Are you all right, brother? Live.
All right, back to
Live. But Isaiah Stewart is a guy that they could be looking to trade. They said that his contract now in this day and age, it is definitely something that is much more attractive. So
look at that.
That'd be interesting.
Ask a Lions question, and you get Lions and Pistons involved in the answer.
Hey.
I love it. I love it. Great bridge.
Chase, I know you don't want Jaden Ivey to go anywhere, huh?
No,
I wasn't expecting you to say Jaden Ivey's name. No, I was just wrong pipe, man. But that's
onward. Just a fan. Feldman mailbag. On the James Houston topic, are there any concerns about James Houston? Is he still injured? I don't think he's injured. He may not be like back to his 100% explosive self, but I think he's healthy, and I just think he's a healthy scratch. He's not there yet. He was probably one of the last guys to make that 53-man team, and still have some things to improve on before they make him active.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to play a factor in this season. I just don't know when.
I hope so. It seems like his skill set is something, especially if you have him bought into a tandem, into a rotation. It's a skill set that you can absolutely utilize if you're the Detroit Lions. Extra edge help. That's never like. Are you ever really trying to turn that down when you got a guy in your system? You understand what his motor is.
Good point.
I would like to see it as long as he's healthy and good to go. I would like to see what he has out there in that field. So,
all right. How about this? Justin Jelena, Fantasy Talk, Feldman mailbag. If you can pick one, Jacoby Myers, DeAndre Hopkins, Keon Coleman, who played last night, or Tyler Lockett, who you picking? So I'm going to go Hopkins or Lockett. Who you picking? DeAndre Hopkins going against the Jets, or Tyler Lockett and the Seahawks going against the Patriots? I'm going Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett. Yeah.
You think maybe Sauce Gardner takes Calvin Ridley out, and maybe DeAndre Hopkins has a big game, but I'm taking that Patriots defense, which isn't a bad defense. I'm just taking them. Geno Smith looking for Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is still Tyler Lockett.
They're having some success.
Yeah. Great question, Justin Jelena. John Taranziak, Feldman mailbag. Lions 3 or more sacks on Baker Sunday. 3 or more. Actually, how about this? Over 3.
2.5 or over 3?
Over 3.5.
Over 3.5.
Over.
How about no? Over 3. They get more than 3 or less than 3, not 3.
They get more than 3.
Think so?
More than 3 with these.
Bake show? Let's get more than 3. I already said Aidan Hutchinson is supposed to get 2 this weekend. If nobody else gets a sack, that will be disappointing. I can see them landing right at 3, but let's get more.
This is a question I want you to take me on a trip to the Krispy Kreme factory.
Hey, oh,
Glaze, baby.
Glaze. Oh, you talking about the $20 million men? Levi Old and Lee McNeil? We talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown being a dog, right? And having a game in which the stat sheet wouldn't quite say that's an Amon-Ra type game, though we know he was a dog on the field. Aleem McNeil, though, just the same as a guy whose name we kept hearing. Fans are like, what's up with Aleem? What's up with Aleem? I think this week you hear his name definitely called. Aidan Hutchinson, 2 sacks. Take that to the bank. And the rest of that defensive line is definitely going to help him. You know why? Because Terrell Williams, he said it. The neighborhood just got a little bit meaner. Why? Because DJ Reader is back. How much more is that not just going to help Aidan Hutchinson, but a guy like an Aleem McNeil? Let's book it, man.
Book it.
4+ sacks.
I love
That's the Detroit Lions.
It's a possibility. Go. It's definitely a possibility.
4 sacks or more.
I love Graham Barton, their rookie center, but he's
Krispy Kreme.
Oh, rookie center. Attack. I think it's a big game for Aaron Glenn. Herb Nash, Feldman mailbag. Give me the WUW Crew's 2 picks for the NFL this weekend that are locks to win. We'll do 2 picks as a crew instead of 2 picks per person. Any locks, not name the Lions and not name the Bills.
I'm going to acquiesce to our Caesar Sportsbook MVP over there.
Yeah, give us one.
I mean, you got to go with the 49ers. They're playing the Vikings, so I think that's an easy win. Christian McCaffrey claims that he's going to suit up, that he's ready to go this weekend. I don't know. You might want to hold him off just one more week and just let Mason take over the rushing duties. There were no drop-offs really from him to McCaffrey, honestly, in that game. And if I'm looking at something else on here, I'd probably go with the low-hanging fruit Chargers over the Panthers with ease.
That was where I was looking. And lastly, you want to make it a little bit more of a closer game. I think the Ravens are going to pound the Raiders. Ravens at home, Sunday, 1 o'clock game. I think Derrick Henry runs right at Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby. And the Ravens, Lamar breaks contain on Crosby and has a big day.
Yeah, I think that there are some players this year who we see have some big games based off of just bouncing back from week 1 rust, week 1's narratives. I think you got a guy like Lamar who's a lot more angry going into this game and a lot more composed.
Definitely. Jonathan Anton, Feldman mailbag. If the Tigers sweep both Baltimore series, do the Tigers make the playoffs? I got this.
Please.
Yes. Yes. If they win 6 out of 6 against the Orioles,
help me.
During the playoffs. Yeah, guaranteed. They're going to take care of business against the White Sox. They're going to win 2 of 3 against the Rays. They're going to win. How many do they have against the Royals? They're winning 75% of those games. If they take 6 from the Orioles, when we're looking for
You're helping
4,
my anxiety right now, brother.
I got you. That's the best team on the schedule they're playing coming up. I'm going with that. One more Tigers to follow up. Chuckle Cheese. Feldman mailbag. Do you think the Tigers will gain a lot of experience in this playoff run? How much will it help them next year experience-wise?
Take it away, our credentialed Tigers.
I think so.
Reporter.
Actually, I know so. This experience is going to be invaluable for them. We have differing opinions on this team all over the network, but I think the one common theme with all of our takes is that a young team, they got to learn how to win. They got to feel what this is like, feel the pressure of, we got a wild card race. We got Skubal on the mound. This is a guaranteed win. And then they lose. How do they bounce back from that? This is a learning moment because most of us, some guaranteed it. Most of us nearly guaranteed it. We thought yesterday was a dub for sure. It wasn't. And it wasn't Skubal's fault. It was the offense. It was those young guys. I think this is invaluable. Whether they make it to the wild card or not, these next 17 games, these 2 months, August to October, huge.
Because we talked about with the Detroit Lions, now they understand how much more they have to work to be able to actualize the expectations that they have for themselves. I think that that's even more so important for these guys going through this right now, gaining invaluable experience. And 2, understanding the importance of how hard you have to work and how dependable you have to be each and every game. Yes, of course, Skubal's going to go out there and make it as if most games, like you don't even need an offense. But you should be looking at a game like last night, if you're these young hitters and saying, we got to make sure, though, we always have his back. Always.
Yeah. Always. Dad with Tourette's in the chat. This feels like the 2022 Lions, where they started slow, ended strong with the young guys playing best, headed into the next season with expectations.
Dad with Tourette's been cooking, man.
He does. Those Lions didn't make the playoffs. But in a game when nothing mattered, win or lose, they're not making the playoffs. They go against Green Bay and Lambeau, last game of the season. You get to be the spoiler against one of your bitter arch rivals.
Finish above 500.
Yeah. They treated that game like it was a Super Bowl. That was the signal to many people, especially many old SOL Lions fans. That was the moment. It's like, Dan Campbell and this Lions team, they got something cooking.
I was there for that game.
I bet it was an incredible environment. Let's end with this.
Let's get one more, man.
One more.
Yeah.
Rando Smalls.
Shout out to Randall.
Shout out to Rando
We need to
Smalls.
show you more love, Randall Smalls. We love
Shout out to you. Feldman mailbag. After the OT performance in week 1, should the Lions pound it till they can stop it?
Hey!
Whoa!
Hey, chill.
We're going to have baby number 5 in this studio.
You see the hit game strong.
I see you.
That's the David Montgomery, man.
Like the dude in that Planet Fitness
This is
during
pound
training.
away, man. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, rest in peace, Pop.
Let's go. Rando, to answer your question,
It's a Friday show.
You got to pound the rock. We saw what they wanted to do at the beginning of that game. Let's start it off with David Montgomery. Let's punch him in the tooth. Let's punch him early.
Dad, what's Russ saying? Appreciate the love, boys. Wait. Not that kind of love.
It's that Shannon Sharp love.
I'm pumped up, man. You know, I'm fired up.
It's been a minute, to the hen party. You want to come to the hen party?
I have no. When's the last time we did the test pass and all that? Like, I don't remember the last time we did this.
It's been too long.
Friday shows.
Let's do it.
I love this, man.
Take us out.
Oh, what a show. Shout out to Detroit's #1 draft pick, KG. We miss you, brother. Shout out to that dude, Justin, and Flannel Sam as well. He will be on Big D Energy today. Stay tapped in with Big D Energy, Armani and Edwards with Maz, as well as the heavyweights. Hey, shout out to Silent Mike as well. And I'm going to make sure we do this appropriately, though. But I just want to make sure that I take a minute. You filled in admirably this week on sounds. And looks like you're reintegrating a lot more into what Woodward Sports is. So welcome. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, our intern squad, it's mean. I saw you earlier, players. Yes. These interns, and they're quickly shedding those labels. They're doing work, man. Let's continue to get better. Asana Mike, thank you this week. Did a good job, man. It's been awesome to have kind of your spirit and your vibe around and interacting with the chat as well. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate being here.
Thank you, man. It was fun, bro. I can't wait. We got some stuff cooking up, man. All right. Intern Chase. I'm just going to have to think of a different nickname because I think you're here for the long term as well. I'm glad that you were here with the WUW Crew and Woodward Sports. Great job today, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Happy to be here. Excited for the weekend. Another Lions victory on the horizon for us, so it should be a fun victory Monday.
That dude Justin's coming into town too. Can't wait to see you, brother. Can't wait. This elite, illustrious, wonderful, great, magnificent, some dogs. I'm talking about, ooh, they spitting even if they silent, man. This booth tandem was great. Again, give you a second nod. Shout out to Silent Mike, man, in the sound booth. And his beats were playing, what, all show today?
Yes, sir.
Crushing, man. Crushing. Woodward Sports is MVP in the titty booth. That is JB Smooth.
Hey, man. Shout out to all you guys. It's been an amazing week. The weekend is finally here. Football is just hours away. We start off with college football, then roll that into the NFL. Shout out once again to Silent Mike across from me. Man, those beats, banging, bro. Banging, bro. Banging, bro.
The team, so much talent. This guy right here, our credentialed Tigers and our Lions reporter and writer, that's Matthew Broder, man. And thank you for what you do for this show, for the network, behind the scenes, overall. It's Matt Broder.
My dog, great week, chat. Thanks so much for the interaction, all the love for everybody this week. Tune in, Big D Energy, 11 to 1. Armani and Edwards with Mass, 2 to 4. The heavyweights from 5 to 7. And then come on back. Yes, Denver Blair, I'm on with T. Foss Sunday morning. We got the best lineup on Lions game day. Woodward and Maine, me and T. Foss, 8 to 9 a.m.
Tap in.
Neil and Sean on the pregame show from 10 to 12 down at second best bar in Detroit. Then during the game, starting 10 minutes before the game. So what is that? At 1 o'clock, at 12:50, we got the heavyweights. We got Spenmo Rags and Easy, Speakeasy Sports hosting the pregame show. Then postgame, you know what's up. You got Stick and Anson on the most epic postgame show in town. So everyone, subscribe to Woodward Sports. Hit the like button on this show because that helps us. Subscribe to Woodward Sports, and we'll see you Sunday.
Craig Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter, writer for the network, man.
It's stud.
Been a show. It's been a show. It's been great. It's Wake Up Woodward. Chat family, you guys, I'm serious, are the most important part of this thing. It is fun for us. It is exciting. The energy continues to build for us up here on the desk as we continue to see you guys supporting us and engaging, agreeing and disagreeing in the chat. So continue to stay plugged in with everybody else at Woodward Sports. We want to be able to bring you guys the best and show up to these events if you can, because we want to make sure y'all get merch. We want to make sure we get to know a little bit more about you. We want to make sure that we feature you guys in the content. So show up, support, stay tapped in, man.
And tap into Woodward Sports Social. Because remember, we're giving away $10,000.
$10K.
$10,000. We're giving you $10,000. Just guess the first scorer, field goal or touchdown.
Yep.
First scorer.
Extra points do not count.
Guess the final score, right? Touchdown, field goal, not extra points. And is there a third? Guess the.
Basically, it doesn't matter. Lions player, Bucks player, doesn't matter. It's the first score of the game and who did it. The second score of the game, who did it, as well as the final score prediction.
The second score or the last?
Oh, the last.
Score?
I'm sorry. Thank you. So the first score, the last score, the final score. And you got to have the players who score those touchdowns.
Gotcha.
Or field goals.
First score of the game, Bucks or Lions. Last score of the game, Bucks versus Lions. And a final score game prediction.
That's it.
For the chance to win not one, not two, not three. $10,000. $10,000. Let's go. Tap in.
Tap in. Hey, let's rock, man. Let's rock. I'm ready to go.
Chat, thank you so much. See you Sunday morning. I'll see you guys Sunday morning at 8 a.m.
I will see you too. I'll be cooking the show. That's right. It's been Wake Up Woodward.
Well, things are starting to cool off. The other side of the restaurant is beginning to heat up. As head coach, assistant manager of Applebee's, Dan Campbell, is having communication issues.
Mozzarella sticks, table 5. You guys got me? Anyone? Is anybody here? You got to be able to ask people to do things that you want them to do in such a way that it gets done. Hey, Joe! Joe! Table 4! At 3. Thank you. Awesome.